these low carb diets is a one-way street. You get down to the end of the street, you got to turn around at some point. The first outcome that we see is my client Darren here. Like we see a typical really good drop in weight, and then what happens is we start to actually slowly increase in weight. What most guys do when they get to like this point right here, and they start to your weight starts to raise up, they freak out. Oh no, I'm gaining weight. You know, I got to get in a bigger deficit, and so they lower food again. What we do is, we actually start keep raising the food a little bit so we can prepare the metabolism a little bit further, because what we track is body composition. We don't track weight as a gauge of progress, because it's not a gauge of progress. Body composition is a gauge of progress. So as we start to get up there, what are we doing? We are creating what's called leverage, right? And when you think about leverage, this is why it's important to note. As we get Darren back up to 3,000 calories and we're doing minimal cardio, what are we doing right here? We're utilizing his metabolism to burn more calories more than lowering food, okay? So now that we have this, look how much leverage we have in the form of calories and cardio. This is how you get really, really lean. You have more to work with. So most guys will hit this point right here and turn around. We want to make sure that we can get our clients up as high in calories without gaining body fat. And that's the biggest caveat, because most people will hear this and they'll go try it and they'll gain a shit ton of body fat. They'll come back and they'll comment on my video oh, this strategy just made me fat. This strategy just made me gain weight. Well, you've got to understand, you can't just pour calories onto your body extremely fast. You have to inch it in. And there's a strategy that you can do, that you can put small amounts of carbohydrates into your diet every week to raise your TDEE, right? And so the goal is, how high can we get your calories without gaining body fat? That's the goal with the metabolic priming phase. So some clients will lose a lot of weight, gain a little bit of weight, and this is, it's a mindset thing too. So we have to tell our clients is we have to. This is why we track physical progress. We show them side by sides, and we're hey, you're still progressing in your physique. You're getting stronger, because in reality, what's happening right here is that he's gaining muscle tissue. He's getting leaner and gaining muscle tissue. But now when we have those 3,000 calories, look how fast this goes down, right? It's off to the races once we have the leverage we need to have a successful fat loss phase. Boom, we're all the way back down, right? And it creates not only better sustainability long term, it is easier because you're less hungry. It's just more sustainable in general, just because you're not starving, you're eating what you want, you just eat less very slightly, and then we adjust it each week.